Hi, folks. Welcome to Crisco's Corner. Welcome back. And those of you that are new, welcome. Well, things just don't stop. We don't get a break, and that's a good thing, I guess. From Fox News, Trump says he will make a big announcement on November 15th. Trump has been suggesting for months that he will make a 2024 run for a return to the White House. And my response is... Now, I do have to say, and I wish it was the 16th, because that's my birthday, and that would have been a nice birthday present. Just so, depending how badly the Democrats get beat, their heads will be exploding. And, of course, Trump announcing on the 15th, if he runs again, they'll explode the rest of their bodies, I guess. I don't know. It'll be comical to watch, that's for certain. Things just march on. We don't get a break. Former President Donald Trump on the eve of midterm elections Monday teased a major announcement, which could be his decision on the 2024 presidential run. So that'd be funny if the announcement was, I'm going to let you know on New Year's Eve what my decision is. We'll see. The guy's a showman. I don't think he would pull the rug out like that. But you never know with Trump. And I mean that in a good way. 2 years ago, we were a great nation, and we'll be a great nation again. Not to detract from tomorrow's very important, even critical election. I'm going to make a very big announcement on Tuesday, November 15th at Mar-a-Lago and Palm Beach. Trump said what will likely be a third presidential run. Trump has hinted for over a year that he is interested in a third White House run and has begun to elevate his language recently as a likely announcement nears. Many Republicans wanted Trump to wait until at least after the midterms, and the former president now appears poised just to do that. And I agree, by the way. Trump's the kind of character, because of the way the press is to him, the most of the mainstream media and almost all the social media, maybe not Twitter so much now, but he'll never go back there. He would suck out all the oxygen in the room, i.e. the midterm elections. He followed up his comments on the November 15th announcement by reading off a list of GOP candidates for voters to elect in the midterms. Trump also refrained from swinging at other Republicans. As he went through various poll numbers and a big screen at the rally, Trump did not call Governor Ron DeSanctimonious as he did in a recent rally. I didn't care for that either, frankly, but I'm still a huge Trump fan. He's allowed a miscue. Instead, he endorsed DeSantis for election as governor. As the screen flipped through various polls in states including Nevada, Ohio, North Carolina, and Kansas showing Trump as the leader, Trump also said there are a lot of good people in the possible GOP field. Now, I'm going to digress a little bit here. It's amazing to me how we have Representative Claiborne. That's the one that put together the deal to make Biden the nominee back in 2020, if you recall. Still doubling down on the fact that Nazi Germany comparison to what's going on now. These people are nuts or desperate, or both. Let's continue on. As the screen is flipped through various polls in states, including Nevada, we already read that, and there's a Trump plane. Now, there's a couple of videos out of the people that manufactured it. There's one out, the people that painted it. It's freaking cool. It is freaking awesome. It just is. I mean, you thought the old Trump plane was cool. This is twice as cool. Trump's also spent significant time attacking Democrat state candidate Tim Ryan. Tim Ryan, he's just a piece of blank. He really is. And boosting his GOP opponent, J.D. Vance. I think it's called Hillbilly Elegy. That's the author. I've seen the movie. It's pretty accurate. I know people live in that area, and it's not so far from the truth. Trump, however, many of his same talking points Republicans running in 2022 have emphasized, including inflation, immigration, and crime. Inflation should have never happened, and Trump goes on and say, I can be able to afford Thanksgiving. It's, you're going to pay 2 or 3 times for Thanksgiving and what you did last year. Unbelievable. Under the radical left Democrats, the streets of our cities are ruled by bloodthirsty gangs and violent criminals. The former president says he riffed on foreign countries' quick trials for drug dealers. Now this is, I agree with 100%. Instead of doubling the number of IRS agents, we should double the number of ICE and Border Patrol agents. Absolutely. Get more judges so they can tell them no on their fake, the vast majority, I should say, not all, the fake asylum requests. The former president was heavily involved in midterms, following his support behind Republican candidates across the nation. During the primaries, the majority of Trump-endorsed candidates were victorious, become the GOP nominee in their races. Now, I can't read this entire next paragraph. You can stop the video if you read it if you want to. This website will not allow that. He also railed against impeachment hoax number 1 and impeachment hoax number 2. And groused about the various criminal and civil investigations into him. That's all true. They're trying to kill him with a death of 1,000 cuts. I think both impeachments were a terrible misuse of the Constitution. And those of you out there might get mad. I'm a devout Republican and a big Trump fan, but I still think that the impeachment with Bill Clinton was also a misuse of the Constitution, frankly. But the speech could nevertheless set the stage for Trump to take credit for a successful election day for Republicans just ahead of his big announcement next week. This is the year we're going to take back the House. We're going to take back the Senate, and we're going to take back America. And in 2024, most importantly, we're going to take back our magnificent White House. Now, got to do it again. Got to do it. You know, Trump has his faults. He has his personality faults. I do too. In fact, it was funny during the early 2000 to 2007, I was a city council member in upstate New York, council president in 2006. And I had a pretty large personality, as they say. Of course, I wasn't a billionaire with my own plane. But after Trump came on the scene as a presidential candidate in 2016, I switched from a Democrat where I was years ago to a Republican now. All the local Democrats said, you know, John, I look back and all your city council meetings and what you said and how you handle yourself is that you were Trump before Trump. And I took that as a compliment, actually, and they meant it as a compliment, but there's some in this town when I switched parties that didn't think it was a compliment, but I certainly do. It was refreshing, I guess, in a way. People told me that you tell the truth, the blunt truth sometimes, and sometimes that's hard to hear. Trump has his personality quirks. I'll leave you with this. Here's the way Donald Trump operates, his mind, at least in my opinion. Say Melania was standing in a doorway and the President Trump was standing there and she said, does this dress make me look fat? And we'll say that it does. Most husbands or boyfriends would say, well, I don't like the color or this or that, go change. Trump says, hell yeah, it makes you look fat, take it off. Now, the weird part is he's the ass for telling the truth, and you're the hero for lying. Think about that for a minute. And that's Trump's main personality flaw. And that's it, basically. Sometimes he goes too far. The sanctimonious, what he said about the governor of Florida, Ron DeSantis. Okay, he slips up, but Trump is always a pusher. He always pushes back on his opponents and his enemies. And this will be no different. So the cycle continues. The only part I regret about Trump running again, if he does, it will save the mainstream media. It will save CNN. It'll save the ratings of MSNBC and the rest. It'll prop up social media monsters, except for Twitter, who I hear is doing extremely well after Elon Musk took over. It will save them for a couple more years, just like Trump saved them in 2016 from going extinct. But if that's the only thing that happens, I wish it was one more day on the 16th, but President Trump, you didn't know it was my birthday. Maybe if you see this, Mr. Trump, maybe change to the next day. Just kidding. So the cycle never stops. The wheel keeps on turning and carousel goes round and round. And right after the midterms, now Trump's announcement. And off we go. We live in fascinating times, and this is going to be awesome. It's going to be fun. Stay tuned, folks. Until the next time, goodbye and good luck.